From Tom Cruise freaking out over a tree, to Lea Michele from Glee snapping her fingers at the cast, these are the biggest celebrity freakouts on set. If you're an avid Tom Cruise fan, you'll definitely remember him playing the legendary Ethan Hunt in the Mission Impossible franchise. Hunt is a spy who pulls off insane stunts like no other. We've seen him scaling the death-defying heights of Dubai's Burj Khalifa. And who can forget Ethan hanging onto a moving plane in mid-flight? But behind the scenes, the actor struggled with something much simpler on set: tree branches. Yep, you heard that right. Cruise flipped out while filming Mission Impossible 7 in a windy area in North Yorkshire, England, because overhanging tree branches were being blown around. Apparently, the trees made it impossible for him to relax and seemingly overwhelmed the 60-year-old actor. Cruise was reportedly so angry about the branches that he brought production to a halt until the issue could be fixed. Considering Cruise is known for his daring and often dangerous roles, the cast and crew were dumbfounded that he'd make such a fuss over a tree. A source working on the movie explained that Tom's trailer roof was being rattled by the branches. To cut a long story short, the noise was driving Tom insane. Are we surprised that Tom's a high-maintenance movie star? Of course not. Speaking of high-maintenance megastars, our next celeb totally blew his top on a director of photography who walked into a shot that had been set up differently than he wanted. I'm talking about Christian Bale. Bale's a perfectionist. And it's no secret that he has a hot temper. Back in 2009, a secret leaked recording from the set of Terminator Salvation shocked millions of Bale's fans, myself included. The profanity-laced tirade lasted 4 minutes, and it went viral. It all started when the director of photography, Shane Hurlbut, unintentionally entered the set as Bale and Bryce Dallas Howard were filming a scene. This sparked a commotion. Bale quickly lost his cool, threatened to kick Hurlbut, and said he'd have him fired. Yikes. Talk about a freakout on set. You'll often hear people refer to Bale as intense, which is an understatement. Believe it or not, in July of that same year, Bale's sister accused him of pushing his mother at the Dorchester Hotel in London, England. He was arrested on assault charges stemming from the incident. To be fair to Christian Bale, though, he's far from the only celebrity with a reputation for volatile behavior. Famed film director David O. Russell has also earned a reputation for his explosive volatility. O. Russell's known for clashing with some of the biggest names in the biz. It's definitely not a good look. One movie star that O. Russell nearly came to blows with was the one and only George Clooney. Apparently, while working on the movie Three Kings, O. Russell became aggressive with a number of the crew members and George. Well, let's just say he wasn't having any of that. It all started when an extra was afraid to throw Clooney down on the ground, something that many people, especially lowly extras, would probably be afraid to do. And O. Russell went ballistic. Clooney heroically stepped in to defend the extra, but this only further enraged David, who then grabbed Clooney by the throat, and a full-on scuffle was underway. After the movie wrapped production, Clooney vowed to never work with David O. Russell again. Speaking of going crazy on set, film star Russell Crowe is very familiar with the concept. While filming Gladiator, Crowe got into a heated exchange with film director Ridley Scott. Why? Because Scott suggested a different take on a scene. I guess Crowe isn't a fan of creative collaboration. A book titled The Men Who Would Be King, an almost epic tale of moguls, movies, and a company called DreamWorks, alleges that during a 3 a.m. phone call, Crowe threatened to kill a veteran producer with his own hands. The book explains that Crowe did like one of Gladiator's most famous lines, "And I will have my vengeance, in this life or the next." We all remember that one, right? But Crowe appeared to believe the sentence was overused. After several takes and a lot of foot stomping, Crowe finally agreed to say the line, but he certainly wasn't happy about it. After they finished shooting the scene in question, Crowe reportedly told Ridley, "That was trash, but I'm the best actor in the world, and I can make even crap sound good." In the end, Gladiator went on to win 5 Oscars, including a Best Actor win for Crowe. Our final celebrity freakout, though, is easily the worst of them all. Can you imagine 2 big-time Hollywood stars getting into a fistfight on set? Well, that's exactly what went down between Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy on the set of 2012's Lawless. What sparked the fight remains unclear, but Hardy says drinking moonshine was a contributing factor. When the two got into a heated verbal altercation, Shia LaBeouf punched Hardy square in the face. According to some reports, LaBeouf knocked Hardy out cold, but others say that's exaggerated. Director John Hillcott claims the two were physically restrained before any real damage could be done. We do know LaBeouf has a reputation for unhinged behavior. On the set of 2014's Fury, Shia came to blows with Scott Eastwood, the son of screen legend Clint Eastwood. Shia and Brad Pitt believed Eastwood was disrespecting their makeshift home, the tank, by spitting on it. But then they quickly realized that it was actually in the script. And as for Tom Hardy, well, he's no altar boy either. Hardy famously had a hostile relationship with co-star Charlize Theron while filming Mad Max Fury Road. Charlize claimed Hardy made her feel unsafe. As you can see, they both aren't angels. In fact, they're far from it. Just like this next guy, who may be absolutely hilarious when the cameras are running, but according to inside reports, is really challenging to work with between takes. Can you guess who we're talking about? Funny guy, Mike Myers. Now, Penelope Spheres, who directed Wayne's World, painstakingly described his bizarre, annoying actions on set. She later explained that she hated that bastard for years. She vented, claiming, "You should have heard him whining when I was trying to do that Bohemian Rhapsody scene. I can't move my neck like that. Why do we have to do this so many times? No one is going to laugh at that." It appeared that he just went on and on. Even worse, Spheres recounted an incident where Myers threatened to quit after spending hours on the phone with his manager, all because the set was lacking margarine. Yes, you heard that right. A full-on margarine meltdown, something that no amount of buttering up could ever fix. Pun fully intended. What a nightmare. Last but not least, for years, Glee, the hit TV show, was rife with rumors that its main character actress Lea Michele was a diva with a capital D. After a series of on-set fights, she allegedly turned co-star Naya Rivera against her, who was regarded as one of the nicest people in the cast. Now, it appears Rivera wasn't the only one who hated the actress. Some of Glee's well-known guest actors apparently couldn't stand Michelle's behavior either. Us Weekly said in 2012 that Lea was a disaster for Kate Hudson to work with on set, and that the actress was keeping her distance from the Emmy-nominated superstar. The source then went on to say, once during a technical delay, Lea snapped her fingers and said, "Let's go, I have plans." Yikes. That is one actress that you do not want to be around, that's for sure. So, from Tom Cruise throwing a hissy fit over a tree, to Lea Michele summoning people by snapping her fingers while simultaneously pissing off her fellow castmates. These are some of the biggest celeb freakouts on set.